What's going on, guys? Jeff Gardner here with JG3D, and I finally figured it out. I finally figured out a way, a little hack to get around changing the orientation of the coordinate system of the default planes. It's a little bit of a hack, but let me just jump right into it and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So let's come in here in Solidworks, and we're going to open up a new, this is the default part template. And so you see how you have your front view, and the coordinate system is Y up, Z forward, X right. And this is the coordinate system that I've just had to get used to, and it's not the one that I wanted. What I want is Z up, X right, and Y back. But for whatever reason, SolidWorks just does not give us that option. They do give us the option, and this is step one of what we need to do, is come in here into your little cube, press the space bar or this button up here, and come to your front. And so if I hit space bar, and this little button right here lets you change it to Z-axis as up. And so I was like, sweet, they finally did it. We finally got it. And I could live with the X coming forward and it being on a different corner. I could live with that. But what I did do, and then when you did do that, all you had to do is change the name of your default planes and just save it as a part template, and then be good for the rest of the time that you use that template. So this would be, the right plane would now be your front view. But I also use this option here, and that's normal. Under system options in the sketch, it's auto rotate view normal to sketch. And that it automatically, whatever plane you click on, it automatically zoomed to being orthographic to that and normal to that plane. So you could start sketching. And so right whenever I first saw this feature, I think in 2016 or 17 when it came out, I did it, but then I'd go to sketch and it would turn it. Or I'd come back to the front view. Let's just so we can see everything turning. Turn our planes back on. If I wanted to go to top, which would be the front plane, if I came to top, which is the front plane, and I'd sketch on it, turns it again. And so it was just so annoying, because then I'd either have to rotate it back or whatever. Eventually I just turned the feature off and switched it back to Y up, because I just said screw it on both actions. So it's been driving me crazy for years. I've asked members at SolidWorks, I've asked distributors of SolidWorks, I've asked forums, and just no one's been able to fight the normalized views of the planes. So first thing you got to do is what I did before and change this to Z up. And then we got to rename these planes just to something that you'll never name a folder. So that's 2, and that's 3. Then you're going to come up here to your top and hit hide show items, and come down to default planes and hide. So now what we need to do is get our views correct in the way that we want them. So I don't want the X forward, I want the X going right. So this number 2 plane is the one that I want to be front. So to change that is this is your left plane, but I want it to be front. You come into this little button, hit update standard views, and then you hit whatever plane you want it to be, whatever view you want it to be. So I want to change it to the front. So now this is the front. So front, right top. Perfect. It's exactly what I want. But if I were, again, I mean, I thought that solved the problem, because now whenever I'm looking at the front and I'm building something and I want to draw on this plane, it changes it all around and just screws up my whole system. And it's just the whole reason why I turned it all off in the first place. So now what I want to do is I want to come to front and I want to hide these planes. I'm going to come back to front, and I'm using a 3D Connection Space Mouse Enterprise, so that's why I have a button to let me orient it into these spaces so quick. So I want to come to your front plane, and you come to Origin, you right click and hit Create Plane Parallel to Screen, and it creates that plane. So now I just take that, and now that is now my front plane, if I can spell. I'm going to go to my right view. Again, come to Origin, right click, Create Plane Parallel to Screen. Right plane. And come to my top view. And again, go to Origin, Create Plane. This is my top plane. And boom, there you go. Like that's I was so excited when I found this because now this is the orientation that I want to be building something. If I hit front and I hit sketch, it normalizes and doesn't turn. If I go and create a sketch, and that, so even when I'm upside down and I go to create a sketch, it turns it to the orientation that I want. I don't know how badly I wanted this and how excited I was. I had to make a video right away after I found it. This is like years of me just begging for this. And upwards about 6 months ago, I never even knew that you could create a plane parallel to your screen, which is actually a very powerful tool, because you can create a plane in whichever orientation that you're looking at the screen. And you will not ever realize how big of a game changer that was for me to figure that out. But now that we have our planes, I've saved them under here. You'll just come up in here and save as, and save it as a part template and title it whatever you want. And now you open it up and it changes it, or it keeps it at these settings, at your user settings. And yeah, I've just been stoked that I found this. It's the simple things in life that really get you. But let me know if this added value to you. Let me know if you've been looking for the same thing, or if you have any other tricks. I'd love to hear from them. I'd love to start this community off strong. And yeah, I just have a big love for CAD, 3D scanning, and making anything aftermarket parts and 3D printing. But yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to know whenever I get new videos to come out. And hopefully I'll see you around and catch you on the next one. Take care.